Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I am tired. Tired. T-I-E-D. Tired. So tired that I didn't even show up for work today. What's going on, Bougie Club? Check in. Let me know you're on the stream, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. If you are not, I'm looking at my phone, y'all, to see if y'all showing up. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. I would like to make a transition to YouTube, so if you guys can help me out. I'm so tired, y'all. This is the look of jet lag, jet setting. I don't know what you want to call it, but this is what it looks like. Back-to-back trips. So I just got in this morning from Lawton, Oklahoma, Podunk, USA. Very small town, reminiscent of Springfield. Very, very emotional trip. I went to be support for a friend. Oh, Bougie Club, if y'all only knew my life. But I'm not complaining, because I asked, look, you guys, you can't ask God to use you and then complain on how he asked you to show up. But I want to talk to you all about challenges today. Hey, Miss Carlise. Yes, so that's where I was visiting, Fort Sill. That's why I was there. A dear friend of mine's son was stationed at Fort Sill, and he got murdered back in April. And so we were there trying to find out the status of the investigation of his homicide. And, it was really emotional finding out what was going on or whatever. But I want to talk to you all about, I don't even know how to frame it. Challenges. I'm just gonna say challenges, trials, tribulations. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your income. It doesn't matter if you came from a good family. Things befall all of us, and we have no control over it. And so you just have to figure out and make a decision how you're going to move forward, right? All of these things happen to us. Sometimes we know why, sometimes we don't know why, but I'm going to encourage you to create the story that feels better. So I was just talking to Diamond about this, and she was like, so you want me to make up a lie? A lie is the truth as long as somebody believes it. And this is where I'm going with this. So a lot of times things happen and we'll make up reasons why in our head. We may or may not have evidence to support this hypothesis, but we go down a road and we'll come up with all of these reasons why. And many of the times when we get at the end of the road and more gets revealed to us, we realize that our assumptions were off, we were inaccurate. But during this process, we start adding all of these things on our path that make us feel bad. And then we just keep getting lower and lower and getting, it gets heavier and heavier and more stressful. And then when we find out what it really is, there's often relief. So what if you just chose to add things on your path that give you relief in the process of going down the road? Like, choose the better thought, choose the happier hypothesis. Like, make yourself feel better, choose the better feeling place. Like, if I don't know for sure, I'd rather feel better than to feel bad. And we have control over that. There's so much that we don't have control over that happens to us. It just is what it is. But everybody can get it. But at the same time, you can choose how you feel about it. So I want to encourage you guys to choose how you feel about it. Think about it. When somebody, when you see something and you start making judgments on people based on their behavior, and then you find out their backstory, there's always a level of compassion that comes forward, and then you start practicing your empathy, and then you can understand where they're coming from, and you can even offer forgiveness because you knew the backstory, and the backstory was compelling and it was emotional, and oh, that's so sad. Go to that first versus choosing the worst and believe in the worst. Pick the happier story. That's all I'm saying. I'm at a place now where I'm still choosing happiness. Remember, choose happiness. Choosing happiness feels so much better, even in the worst times. So in this particular situation, this was heavy. You're talking about someone losing their child. You're talking about children losing their fathers. You're talking about a wife losing her husband, aunts losing a nephew. I mean, it's just a great loss. And this is a young man, and he was 23 years old. He was in the military. He was serving our country. He had did all of the things that he should have done right. And tragedy befalls him. He was murdered outside of a club and got caught up in the middle of an altercation. They're still waiting on the details, but when you look at it and you're like, wait a minute, this is somebody that did all of the things that you were supposed to do. You're talking about somebody, he was a sergeant in the military. His unit speaks very highly of him. He was a very giving person. And it's like, how does something so tragic happen to somebody that was so good? And we often feel like that when we say people are taken too soon. But what if we look at it from a different perspective? All of us come here to serve a purpose. All of us are going to leave here. We don't get to decide how we're going to leave here. So how about if you reframe it and consider, well, maybe he had fulfilled his purpose. Maybe his purpose is being fulfilled through his demise. One of the things I was able to observe from the outside looking in, the people who knew him and loved him are gaining a sense of strength and resilience that they never knew that they were capable of before. Even in his death, he's giving them the gift of strength and finding out how strong that they are. He was a young man, and we had dinner with some of his friends, and they're actually approaching and having a conversation about end of life. Because let's be clear, these young men and women are in the military, so they're putting their lives on the line every day for our freedoms. And you don't really think about if you don't come back. When they go to war, we think about it, but there's so many things they do to protect us right here on our soil as well. But they're having a conversation now about, end of life, making sure that they have their beneficiaries listed, making sure that they have things set up properly. And it's like end of life is a conversation that we need to have, but we never have. And so I'm just looking at the beauty of the conversations. His mother I was just so proud of him looking on the outside, seeing all of these people, that talked about how he was helpful, how he would do anything for anybody, like people that he worked with, people that just knew of him. That's just like such a blessing. Like, man, it's a lot of people that live here we can't say good things about, And so I understand when you're going through in the middle of things, you don't want to hear it, you can't see it. Hey, Miss D, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm choosing to see you in your wholeness. Like I told y'all a while ago, I can't join any more pity parties. I'm only going to see you in your wholeness, even in your brokenness, even in your trial, even in the worst of times, I'm gonna speak life into you. I'm gonna see you how the Bible tells me that I should see you. I'm gonna see you in strength. I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna tell you you can do it. I'm gonna tell you it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna tell you that you're not alone. I'm gonna tell you that God walks with you every step of the way. I'm gonna tell you that no matter what is going on in your life, it is purposeful. There is a meaning for it. There is a lesson in it, and all you have to do is seek to find the brighter side, because there is always, the sun is shining right now, but I promise you it's dark somewhere. I love when I'm flying, I love window seats because I like looking out the window. This time I had window seats, but there wasn't any window, go figure. But I like taking videos and pictures of the clouds because, for one, they're just marvelous, and then just the idea that I can go from the ground to the sky and fly on top of or through something that from the ground seems so far away and seems so impossible, but yet there is a way that I can get in the clouds. Like, I just want you to know that whatever it is that you're going through, there is a way. You might not be able to see it from your vantage point, but it's possible. Like, sitting right here looking up at the clouds, it's like, how am I gonna get up there? There is a way. So you just have to understand that there is a way. So this is the thing about clouds. Clouds are beautiful, right? You look up and you see the white clouds, and people paint pictures of them, and you look at them and you're in awe. And then, you know, if it's sunny outside and the clouds come and shield you from the sun and gives you shade, and you just like, ooh. And then sometimes the clouds come and they're bringing water and the storms, and then you're not so happy to see them. But at the end of the day, they're still clouds. Now, when you're flying, they're beautiful to look at again. But when you're going through a cloud gives you a whole lot of turbulence on the plane, and it gets rocky. But this is the same thing that is a source of your adoration. Like, you're looking at it and you're admiring it, and it's beautiful and you loving to see it. But when you get in the cloud looks a whole lot different. So there are some things that you're looking at and you're admiring and you're desiring and you're appreciating, and then when you get in it, it gets a little different. And I'm saying this because there are so many times that we're hoping for things, we're praying for things, we're asking for things because we think that that thing is going to make everything better. But sometimes when you get the thing, it gets real different, and it's not as beautiful as you thought it was. It's not as fun as you thought it was. Case in point, I wanted to be traveling. I've been traveling my behind off 2019, enjoying myself, having a ball, but today this is jet lag. I'm tired. I'm too tired. I got home from Chicago on Sunday night, like late Sunday night. Got home around 11 o'clock. Tried to rest Monday, Tuesday. I think it was Monday. My friend called me. And, you know, she was saying she was making this trip. I love the other side of the class too. She said she was making this trip and she was going by herself. And I knew this was going to be difficult for her. And I said, well, if you need me to go, let me know. So then she called me back later that day and was like, Jay, I need you to go. I'll pay for your ticket. Can you just come with me? So I'm like, okay. So now we leaving on Wednesday. So I just got back Sunday night, so I had Monday and Tuesday to try to repack, and then Wednesday we left back out, and we ended up being in the airport all day. And then Thursday and Friday were just like really intense and emotional because we were meeting with the detectives and the DA and the attorney. Like, it was just a whole lot. And you know, I'm a crybaby. Y'all know I'm a crybaby, Bougie Club. I ain't gonna cry on this video, at least I'm not gonna try to. But it was just really emotional, and you know, she was learning things for the first time. But when I tell y'all, I was so proud of her. I was so proud of her strength and her ability to stand in those rooms and advocate for her son and for justice. And being able to stand in the truth of the information that they were giving her and still, you know, fight for him. There's so much that happens on the other side that we just never bear witness to. And it was just I know I am a crybaby, Miss Carlise. I was just so proud of her, you know. And but I'm tired, y'all. We had to be at the airport. Our flight left at 5 o'clock this morning. I came home. I got home around 9:30. I went and had breakfast. And then I came and I slept till like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'm ready to go back to bed now. I'm tired. But I asked for this, right? When I was making that vision board back in 2016, I was asking to travel and I wanted to do this and I wanted to go all of these places, and it's just like a cloud, you know. I was, from my vantage point, I was looking at people who were living those lifestyles, and that's what I wanted. And I just felt like if I could travel and get away, my life would be so much better. And I'm not saying that my life isn't good at all, but what I'm saying is, it's just like when you're flying and you get in the clouds and you realize there's a reality on the inside that you're not aware of on the outside. So I'm going to encourage you to be careful of the things that you're coveting, thinking that once you get them, it's going to make it better. The reality of it is that you have to learn how to function in your now, appreciate your now, and figure out how to stay positive in your now, because when you get to your later, the same things are gonna come up, and then you'll be in that, and then God gonna be like, well, that's what you prayed for, that's what you asked for. So I'm not complaining, I'm just saying I didn't realize that going up and down at all them different altitudes takes a toll on you. One of the things that I do now is make sure that I stay hydrated, and that helps. But I'm just want you to know the thing that you think is gonna fix it is not gonna fix it. Like, you gotta figure out how to fix it while you in it, or else when you get to that next destination, you still gonna have the same issues going on. You're gonna find something different that you don't like, but if you haven't figured out how to handle what you don't like right now, you're gonna be in this perpetual cycle. So now I have to be more specific. Like, be clear. I'm getting ready to leave again on Thursday. Like, your girl is catching flights. I'm learning a lot. I'm blessed. Y'all, my mama going with me to Vegas at the end of this month. I'm going to Vegas for a e-learning conference, and I'm gonna take my mom. I'll get to that in a minute, but it's just like I have to be a little more specific because I'm getting ready to get on another flight on Thursday. I'm flying to Chicago on Thursday, then Friday morning I leave and fly to Cancun, and then I'm gonna be in Cancun, and then I'm gonna fly back to Chicago, and then I'm gonna stay in Chicago for a week, then I'm gonna come into Memphis, then I'll be in Memphis in a week, and then I'm going back to Vegas. Like, I wasn't real specific with God on how I wanted to travel. So now I can be a little more specific and fine-tune what I want my travel schedule to be like. I'm enjoying myself, but there's some things about traveling that your girl wasn't aware of because your girl hadn't been catching flights like this. I'm learning tips and tricks, like, you know, and I'll share them with y'all if y'all want to know. But on my previous vantage point, it looked real cute. It looked beautiful. It looked wonderful. But there was some things about traveling that I didn't know. And so I just want you to know that whatever you're asking for, know that it will present challenges to you. When we should meet, y'all. Let's see. I do need to rest. Oh, y'all gonna be in Chicago this weekend? What day y'all gonna be there, Celia? I get in Thursday, but I fly back out Friday. And then I get back Monday. But I need y'all to come to Vegas. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a sidebar with my niece, Celia Dawson. That's my niece. I want y'all to try to come to Vegas. Yes, Miss Carlise, I'm doing the reward programs. I need y'all to try to drive up to Vegas on the 25th. It's a Friday because I'm taking Grandma with me. And I would like to get if y'all could come up so y'all can see her, she gonna watch this video now, so I'm letting the cat out the bag. But I think that would be cool. So my mom has, oh well, maybe I can see you if you coming on Wednesday. My mom has never had all her kids together at one time. There's 6 of us. There's 4 of us left. My brothers have all transitioned, and so she kind of wanted to see everybody for her birthday. But my oldest sister is in a nursing home, and she's not mobile. She's not strong enough to like get out of the bed or anything, so she couldn't go anywhere. And then I have another sister who, she's mobile, but you know, she's on dialysis and stuff, so she can't really get around easily either. So I just decided I was gonna take my mama to see everybody. But the initial challenge was she did not want to get on a plane. So I got her to get on the plane, was it last week before last, to go to Chicago to see my older sister, and she enjoyed herself. She liked them pushing her around in the chair, getting her to where she had to go so she didn't have to walk. So y'all, she agreed to get on the plane again. So I stopped at the Southwest ticketing counter this morning and bought her a ticket for her to go with me to Vegas. So I'm taking her to Vegas. This is part 2 of her birthday trip, so she can see her other 2 daughters. So I'm excited about that, y'all. My mama jet setting with me. And then Southwest, they were so nice, so I couldn't figure out how to add her onto my reservation. And the flight that I was on, they didn't have any more seats, y'all. They made it. Southwest is the real MVP. Look, I am not a big fan of their boarding process, but they were so nice and accommodating. Did y'all know they had something called senior fares? I did not know that, but Southwest has senior fares. The guy was nice. He changed my flight, connecting flight, so they didn't match with hers because the one I was on was full. And they didn't charge me like they handled the change fee. Girl, they handled the change fee. Do y'all know how much change fees can be when you make modifications to your tickets after you bought it? So I was just like so excited about that, y'all. So I'm happy. I'm getting to take my mom to do what she wants to do. And Miss D, I'm not responsible for y'all. I'm not responsible for your flying. So D flew for the first time in August, and she came over, I think it was like June or July, and I showed her how to buy her ticket. But now she done got the travel bug, y'all. I've been thinking about, I had somebody presented me with the opportunity to become a travel agent. And so I've been toying around with this in my head, whether I want to learn that industry and get involved with that so that I can kind of help us navigate traveling as a group and help y'all take advantage of some discounted rates and planning and stuff. So I'm kind of thinking about that. Let me know what y'all think. I don't know. Stuff be falling in my lap. I have not got on a cruise ship yet. It's something about all that water. I like to stay close to the shore. I doggy paddle, y'all. Y'all know I learned how to swim, but it's a mean doggy paddle. It ain't gonna be no life-saving strokes in no ocean. Yeah, Bougie Club. So I just want y'all to choose the happy thought. Like, it's always gonna be something, but I want you all to move into a place of possibility. If you're gonna make up a story, not really knowing what it is, choose the happy thoughts. The only thing that we can do is choose how we feel, and I want you all to choose to feel good every day. Like, maybe being mad is the better feeling. Like, I'd rather you be mad than depressed, right? Because when you're depressed, you can go into a really low place, and you know, some really bad things can happen to you emotionally. And so I'd rather you be angry than depressed. Like, people tell you don't be mad, but maybe being mad is the better feeling. Yes, ma'am, I did ask for all of this. And I'm just telling y'all, because look, y'all been on this journey with me since 2016, 2017, I don't even remember now. But y'all see that I'm getting all of these things that I've asked for. So when I tell y'all to ask for it and believe y'all gonna get it, look, y'all looking at me. Y'all, I'm the proof. We started from below the bottom, and now we here, and we gonna keep going. Like, we're growing. So many of you all have grown. Dee wasn't catching flights when we started off. She wasn't even cruising. Last year she took her first cruise. She just came back from her second cruise. She took her first flight. She getting ready to take another flight. Miss Carlise decided she was going into teaching. She getting ready to be done with her requirements for her license. 2020, so she'll be in the classroom teaching and ushering our young people into the beautiful world of learning. Like Bougie Club, we doing stuff. Hey, Miss Sandra, like y'all growing, we're growing, and it's beautiful to be able to watch. We're just gonna keep fine-tuning and calibrating this. And one of the things I want you all to focus on in choosing happy is choosing a happy thought. If you gotta make up a story in your head about an outcome, choose the happier outcome, choose the happier thought. And know sometimes when you get to that target, it may not be what you thought it was. That's all I got for y'all, Bougie Club. Y'all have just re-energized me, but I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna get some rest. I realize sometimes I forget that I had this little issue going on where I get fatigued and I should slow down and rest. So I'm going to rest the rest of the day and tomorrow, and then Tuesday I'll take care of some things. But this is gonna be a vacation where I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna try to go live so y'all can see Cancun. I ain't never been to Mexico. Mexico wasn't even on my list. This was just a bonus trip God blessed me with. So I'm excited, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. I'm excited. I want to encourage you all to continue to be bold, outspoken, unapologetic, goodwill, inspiring, and epic every day. I love you all in this life. In the next week, I'm gonna need some help when I come to y'all next week. Well, actually next week I might not be able to go live because I think I'll be flying back from Cancun at that time, but if not, I'll do a video and post it. I love you all, and I'll see y'all next week.